Hello students, in our last class we have seen what are the basic trigonometric ratios in which you have learned how to find out the sine, cos and tan of acute angle and its reciprocal ratios. Right, so let us do the quick recap. What is the rule we use to find out any trigonometric ratio? We have seen it is SOHCAHTOA. Right, so we are going to use these rules to identify, to solve these questions, okay, to identify those values. So here SOHCAHTOA, it is, what is the sine? S represents sine, which is opposite by hypotenuse. C represents cos, which is adjacent by hypotenuse, and T represents tan, which is opposite by adjacent. So how do we use these trigonometric ratio to solve the question? So here you can see our first question, when they have given already sine theta is 1 by 3. And whenever you have this, first thing you will do, you have to draw the right triangle. So let us draw a right triangle. If I draw a right triangle where theta is one of the acute angle, okay, so let us draw one triangle which is right triangle. You can name this triangle as ABC, and if I'm taking angle C as theta, so you have to mark theta, and as per the rule I know sine is opposite by hypotenuse. So with respect to theta, what is your opposite? First you can mark what is hypotenuse. The side opposite to 90 degrees is hypotenuse. The side next to the angle, which is one of the arm of theta angle, acute angle, is called adjacent, and the opposite is nothing but AB, right? So you can write down here O. So first thing, what do we do here? We will mark here, this is opposite, this is hypotenuse. Now here sine theta is 1 by 3, which is AB by AC. So now 1 by 3 is ratio. So what do we take here? Let the length AB is 1x, or we can write down as x, and AC is 3x. Why are we writing x here? Because you all should know it is a ratio. So there are infinite possibility, because we can get equivalent ratio. If I multiply 1 by 3 with 3 by 3, it will become 3 by 9. So we don't know, this is the simplest form of the ratio. That is why we write down the numerator, which is opposite, by 1x, and the hypotenuse we take it as 3x. Right, after this, to calculate cot, which is another reciprocal of tan, we should have the length of adjacent. Hypotenuse is nothing but given 3x. Here opposite we have it as 1x, or we can write down as x. So how are you going to take it here? If you will see, use Pythagoras theorem here in triangle ABC. Using Pythagoras theorem, what can we take? Now, if it is a subjective question, then you have to write down all the steps. If it is a MCQ, mostly you will see these kind of questions. Sometimes it comes in multiple choice question. Then you don't need to show all the steps. So here, using Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equals to the sum of square of other two sides. Right. So here, to calculate, we will substitute value 3x whole square. AB is x whole square, plus BC we have to calculate. So will it become here 9x square? 9x square. Then if I transpose x square, it is AC square, BC square. So what is going to be the BC value? BC square is nothing but it is 8x square, where we will find out here square root of 8x square, the simplest form of which will be 2 root 2x. If you don't know how to find out the square root of 8, you can do prime factorization. These are surds, and you have to write down in the simplest form. Right, you see only one, there is a perfect square that will come outside the surd. So now I am having the value, adjacent value also. Now which value do we need to find out using this? We have to calculate what is the value of here. If I see here, what is the value of 2 cot square theta plus 2. So here the trigonometric ratio is cot theta. So let us take cot theta. Cot theta is reciprocal of tan. Tan is opposite by adjacent. So cot is going to be adjacent by opposite. Now what is adjacent to theta? It is BC length, and opposite is AB length. right? So what is going to be your cot theta value here? Cot theta is BC. BC you get it as 2 root 2x by AB, which is x. X gets cancelled. You are left with 2 root 2. Right? Now if I substitute, remember cot square theta can be written as 2 cot theta whole square plus 2. And if I substitute the value, what am I going to get it here? 2, 2 root 2 whole square plus 2. So this is 2 root 2 whole square is nothing but 8. So 2 times 8 plus 2, which is going to be 18. So this is the way you can solve, you can get the value. Now these kind of questions in your board paper, you get it as 2-marker question, or you can have this kind of question as MCQ. MCQ, you don't need to show all the explanation part. Let us see the next question here, which is based on trigonometric ratio. How do we simplify here? So this is your first question. Let us see here. Second question, which is tan theta, which is 5 by 12. Find sine A and cos. Sine A plus cos A times sec A. Now whenever you see the ratio is given, right? So first I'm going to draw the right triangle and I'll mark here. The theta is not given here. They have given angle as A. So your acute angle for which the trigonometric ratio is given, it has to be marked as angle A, B and C. You can label it anywhere, right? So here what is given? Angle A. So we are going to find out, it's given tan A is 5 by 12 and using SOHCAHTOA, TOA is, this is tan is equals to tan of theta is opposite by adjacent. Now if you will see what is the opposite here, opposite side of angle A is BC by adjacent is AB. You can see that again the height, the side opposite to 90 degrees always hypotenuse. The side next to angle A, which is one of the arm which is adjacent, and this is opposite. Now again, because it is given as ratio, we can't take 5 BC as 5 or AB as 12 units. We have to take this as there should be one common factor. So BC we can take it as 5x and AB we take it as 12x. Remember, whenever we take ratio, we don't have any unit here, meter, centimeter, we don't write on, though it is a length. But when it's written in the ratio form, because the ratio will never have any unit. Now again, using Pythagoras theorem, because it is BC, it's given as opposite, it is 5x, AB, it's given as 12x. Can we find out the length of AC using Pythagoras theorem? So what is using Pythagoras theorem? Any subjective question, make sure you are writing all the required reasoning. So using Pythagoras theorem, you will see here it is AC square hypotenuse square length equals to AB square plus BC square. Now again, we don't have here hypotenuse length, right? So AC square AB is 12x whole square. Because there are two bases 12 and x, make sure you are using bracket plus 5x whole square. Now whenever we simplify, 12 square is 144, x square plus 5 square is 25, x square will come as it is, which is AC square. Now AC square is 144 plus 25, which is 169 x square, and we can find out AC as square root of 169 x square, which is nothing but 13x. So we got the length of AC, which is hypotenuse, which is nothing but 13x. Now you are having all, your opposite is there, adjacent is there, hypotenuse is there. And what is the value we have to find out? Now if you will see, it's all the trigonometric ratios are for angle A. So how are we going to find out here? It is C. We have to substitute this value. opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent to calculate those value. Again, you can use your SOHCAHTOA. I'm just copy pasting here so we can refer here. This is sine A plus cos A times. So what is the value do we need to find out here? Sine A plus cos A times sec A. Right? So first thing, what is sine A? So ka, so opposite by hypotenuse. What is the side opposite to angle A? It is BC by AC, which is nothing but BC length is 5x by AC length is, it's already given here, it is 5 by 13, right? So here after that, if I calculate cos A, it is so ka. Always write down SOHCAHTOA. So initially if you are writing this, you will not go wrong with the basic rules. So cos A, which is adjacent by hypotenuse. What is the side adjacent to angle A? It is AB by AC. And AB length, it's already, you got it 12x by 13x. So you got the ratio as 12 by 13. Then what is the value of sec A? Sec A is the reciprocal of cos. So I can write down sec A as 1 by cos A. You can write down hypotenuse by adjacent also. But I am already having cos A value, so I can just reciprocate. The value is going to be 13 by 12. Now if you substitute these values, then the answer is going to be here, sine A value, it is 5 by 13 plus cos A value, it is 12 by 13 and times here sec A value, which is 13 by 12. Because here you need to find out LCM, follow the BODMAS rule, 5 plus 12, they are like denominators, so you can directly add its numerator. It is 17 by 13 times 13 by 12. Your answer, your ratio is 17 by 12, which can be written as 1 5 by 12. So if they are asking what is the ratio, then you can leave the answer as 17 by 12. But they are asking what is the value of it. So value, because it's an improper fraction, you must be written in the simplest form. Right? Hope you are getting this. Now, how do we solve if these two questions are based on evaluating the value? You are finding the value using trigonometric ratio. But sometime if you will see, there can be the proving questions also. So which kind of proving question you will get it here? Let us see here. This is question number 3, which is what is given first, you have to draw the figure. And any question when the figure is not given, you will have half mark or 1 mark to draw the figure. So what is given here first? Let us see. Let us start. It's given angle B and Q are acute angles. Now you know that in any right triangle, if I draw here right triangle, one of the angle is going to be 90° and the other two angles are always acute angle. Right? So here if I take it here, angle B and Q are acute angles. So what you are going to mark here, angle B, angle Q can't be 90°, right? Now here if B and Q are acute angles such that sine B is equals to sine Q, prove that angle B is equals to angle Q. Now it is not mentioned, you can give any name. If I give angle A is 90°. So you can write down here in triangle ABQ, angle A is 90° and angle B and angle Q are acute angles. Right? Now what else is given here? This all these parts can be under given. Whenever you solve a question, you can write down what else is given here. Sine B is equals to sine Q. Right? Now to prove here, what do I need to prove here? Any proving question, these are the steps you need to follow. Here it's given, then you have to prove that angle B is equals to angle Q. So if I can show that the ratios are, these two ratios are equal, or if it is an isosceles triangle, then automatically your angle B is going to be equals to angle Q. How can we do it here? So let us go under proving part. We always starts with whatever is given. Now here if you will see, there are two acute angles, and the what is given in the first one, sine B is equals to sine Q, right? Again SOHCAHTOA, so sine is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. Now with respect to angle B, if you will see, what is your opposite? This is one of the side, hypotenuse place is always fixed, right? So your hypotenuse is nothing but BQ. Now, if I am considering angle B, AB is adjacent, PQ is hypotenuse, and AQ is opposite, right? So, how are you going to take it here? Sin B opposite by hypotenuse. So, this is AQ by BQ is equals to, now consider angle Q. Now this is one of the arm is going to be adjacent, the opposite side is going to be opposite to angle Q side, it's AB is going to be, this is your adjacent, this is your opposite, this is your hypotenuse. So here sin Q, with respect to sin Q, opposite is AB by BQ, and from both sides you can cancel BQ, and you are left with AQ is equals to AB. Now if AQ is equals to AB, can you see that it is an isosceles triangle, right? So you can mention here, since AB is equals to AQ, triangle ABQ is an isosceles triangle. And in isosceles triangle, what do we have? The side angle opposite to equal sides are equal. So you need to write down here angles opposite to, you must write down, please keep writing the right reason so that you don't lose marks. If this question comes, it can be 2 or 3 marker question. Angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Equal sides of an isosceles triangle, of an isosceles triangle are equal. Equal. Therefore, angle B is equals to angle Q, hence proved. So these kind of question also, other than finding the value, mostly when the ratio is given, you have to find out the value. Such kind of questions will be MCQ, multiple choice question. But any kind of proving questions can be there for 2 to 3 marks question. Now let us see one more proving type question here when the values, the ratio is not given. Right? I'm sharing these questions so that you should have topic wise revise all the required question, you should be aware. So this is your first topic. What is the question here? In triangle OPQ, the right angle is at P. So first let us draw, always draw the rough figure here of any triangle. Right, this is a right triangle. If I draw the right triangle, here angle, so first you have to mark 90-degree angle at P, right? And the other two vertices are going to be O and Q. So it's your wish where you want to mark here. Now, other than that, what is given? OP as 7 centimeter and OP minus OPQ, right? So PQ is another, here the side, and this is your hypotenuse, right? Until unless we have all the three sides, we can't use here Pythagoras theorem. So we have to relate. There is one more condition here given. What is given? So first let us start with given in triangle OPQ, angle P is 90-degree. Then OP it is 7 centimeter and OQ minus PQ is 1, which can be rearranged as OQ is equals to 1 plus PQ. So OQ, if I take it as X, then you can take it here OQ. If I can take PQ as X, then OQ is going to be 1 plus X. So it's going to be easy for you to solve the question. So let us first write on here what is written, determine the values of sine Q and cos Q. So until unless, see again we are going to take the acute angle Q to find out these two trigonometric ratios, sine Q and cos Q. For that we should have all the three length OP, PQ and OQ. What to find here? Let us first write down what to find. When it's to prove, you write down to prove, to find, you have to write down to find here. Sine Q and cos Q. Right? Now this is done. After that, what are we going to do it here? We have to go for solution. How are we going to solve this question? In solution here, first, because we know the relationship here, OQ value, it's given, let PQ be X. So what is going to be your OQ? It's going to be 1 plus X. Now it's easy to use the Pythagoras theorem, right? So here, using Pythagoras theorem, you can take it here, Pythagoras theorem. What can we take here? OQ square, which is hypotenuse square, is equals to OP square plus PQ square. Now what is the length of OQ? We have it as 1 plus X whole square. And OP is given as 7 square, PQ it is nothing but X square. Right? So let us simplify this. Here you can use identity a plus b whole square. A plus b whole square, if I use it, let it become 1 square plus x square plus 2x equals to 49 plus x square. Now x square, they are having the same sign, same value, will get subtracted and it will become 0. So what you need to find out here right now? You need to find out the value of x. So 2x equals to 49 minus 1, where you can write down here 2x is 48 and x is going to be 24 units. This is the length, right? Now using x, can I use here? Here x is nothing but OQ is going to be 1 plus x, that is going to be 25 units, right? And PQ you already got it as 24 units length. Now here, if you will see units, it was given in centimeters. So this one I can write on instead of units. If there's no unit given, then we have to write on units. Because it's given as centimeter, we can write on 25 centimeter and 24 centimeter. Right? After that, what are we going to do it here? What do we need to find out? Sine Q. So let us take here again SOHCAHTOA 2a. Right? So sine Q is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse, which is OP by OQ. Now what is the length of OP? OP is 7 and OQ is 25. So your value of sine Q is 7 by 25. Now the next value, what you need to find out? Cos Q. What is going to be cos Q here? So this is your value. So cos Q is adjacent by hypotenuse, and with respect to angle Q, what is the adjacent? If you'll see here, it is PQ. This is hypotenuse. So PQ adjacent is PQ by OQ. PQ length is 24 centimeter by OQ is 25. So what is the ratio we are getting here? Cos Q value is 24 by 25. Now please do not write down any unit because trigonometric ratio will never have any unit. So therefore, what is your answer? Sine Q is 7 by 25 and cos Q value is 24 by 25. Hope you all got this. This is based on your first exercise.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching this
Have a good
video.
day.
Please like, share and subscribe. Also, keep practicing.